them in, when did you last hear from them? Are you a part of the decisions they make for you?
If you take them to Luzira, they're going to continue doing the thing in Luzira.
Part of their revenues would be set aside to run an integration process.
Our Parliament, bringing the debates closer to you. The high unemployment rates in Uganda made it prestigious for many people to leave the country and find employment abroad. But when the media was awash with stories of people being trafficked, this reduced. Parliament-backed and task forces were formed in order to combat external trade of human beings, but also human trafficking. Has the situation changed? Is it safe for people to leave this country and actually get good jobs? Who is in charge of making sure that that happens? That's what we discuss on the show today. I'm Iguma Gabriel, and this is our Parliament. On the show today, I have the Commissioner of Employment Services from the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Mr. Milton Turiasima. I also have a Commissioner of Police, Mr. Moses Binoga, who is also on the National Task Force for Counter-Human Trafficking in the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Gentlemen, welcome to our Parliament. To my studio audience and you watching us at home, this debate begins right now. Let's start with Milton. What exactly does your office do?
Yes, thank you, moderator. And thank you, viewers. The Office of External Employment Unit does the following. 1, putting in place guidelines for orderly movement of persons who are going to work outside. 2, licensing private recruitment companies. 3, monitoring the companies that are licensed to ensure that what they are doing is according to the law. 4, follow-up visits to the foreign countries to assess the working conditions of workers. So basically, in brief, that's what the externalization of labor unit does.
Okay, let's start with the last thing that you said that you do, following up, doing follow-up visits to see the conditions of the workers. On these follow-up visits, what exactly do you do?
Basically, what we do when we reach the countries of employment, we visit the workplaces or the employers and assess the working conditions. Working conditions, you start from checking on the contracts to see the contracts they signed in Uganda, that they are the same that they are effecting in the employment countries. And there, we should be seeing the working hours not exceeding the standard working hours. The standard working hours are 8 hours per day. And when a worker works beyond that, then the person is supposed to earn overtime. On top of that, then we look at the general working conditions. Are the workers protected? Are they getting their salaries? We even interact with the workers themselves, Ugandan workers themselves. So we hear what they go through in their day-to-day activities. So basically, then we get a feedback, and then if there is any problem, then we have to settle it with the employers on the spot.
Okay. Well, in what situation do you usually find these workers in relation to the contracts that they signed in Uganda before they left?
No, basically, I am glad to inform the public that the people who go through licensed companies are really well catered for, because the contracts they sign in Uganda are the same contracts that they perform under in those countries of employment. Yes, there might be a problem here and there, but generally on average, the workers are very happy. The most common problem is the language. You see, the supervisors sometimes don't know English, and when they are instructing them, maybe they don't understand the instructions. So you find maybe a Ugandan is doing another thing when he has been directed to do another one. But basically that's a very minor thing which we have noted, that language barrier is a problem. But on the whole, the contracts they sign here are the ones we find which are being effected in those employment countries.